Hello everyone. So in the previous tutorials we saw how to install our interpreter, R Studio and the basic layout of this R Studio. So here I will tell you the introduction of in R programming language, and we will be using R Studio to perform basic calculations in R, just like you can say the our usage as a calculator. Okay, so first of all I will open up my notepad, right? So yes, so what is R programming, right? So R is a programming language and environment for statistical computing and graphics, right? So this is about R programming. What is R programming? Language and environment for statistical computing and graphics. This statistical computing can be done in uh, something like data analysis, data science models, machine learning models, like, right, where we have some kind of data and we have to perform some statistics into it. We need to find out some kind of uh, interpretations using that data, computations using that data, right? So there we can use R programming, and we can use some kind of graphics using some kind of libraries using R, right? Now R provides a wide range of statistical and graphical techniques. So if I tell you about statistical techniques, right? So statistical techniques that R provides is linear and non-linear modeling, right? We perform modeling in data, so it provides statistical techniques, right, where we have linear and non-linear models, correct? Then second, it provides classical statistical tests. Then it provides you time series analysis, right? And it provides you something called as data clustering and then data classification. So these all comes under statistical techniques, and other than statistical techniques, our programming language provides us graphical techniques as well, right? Other than that, our programming language is highly extensible, so that any user can perform their work. Now where we can use our programming, so we have something as our usage where it can be provided. We can use it as a calculator as the easiest one, and then we can use it to compute several statistics about data that I have already told you, right? Then we use to plot some data. When we are done with statistics, then we can develop some machine learning algorithms or models. So from first to fourth, the complexity increases. Now R performs most of the mathematical calculations that you can think of, There I will be and let's go to our R studio. Right here I will explain you, I will perform some kind of calculations as R. We will use R as a calculator. So firstly, like very simple operation, addition, right? So 1 plus 2, you can execute any of the command, just select it and press Control Enter. It will be running it. Then we have something called as comments. You can comments are basically the most important because they help guide the users or the viewers of the code if they have some difficulty on reading the code, right? To make it more readable, we use have we do have comments, right? So we define comments using hashtag, right? So here we are providing we are doing addition, so I have added addition here. So this is single line comment, right? Hashtag on that line will be considered as comment, right? And will not be interpreted as R code. All the rest will be interpreted as code. So here hashtag with this line is not a code, it's a comment. R studio or R interpreter will not interpret it. It will interpret 1 plus 2, right? Second operation we have is we can perform subtraction. So here we can have 10 minus 4. We can just, the second way to execute the code is we can select it and click this run button. It will run it. 10 minus 4, 6. Then we have third operation as multiplication. Right here, just like 10 into 4. Here multiplication is this streak icon, right? Asterisk, which one? You can say this star is the multiplication symbol. So I'm telling you on notepad because if you are unable to predict it here on RStudio, then I have told you on notepad. So you can just select this, press Control Enter, and you get R 10 into 4 is 40. Now next we have division. Division we used to do using this forward slash, like divide by 4. We can select it, press this run icon. This is 2.5. Now we have something as parenthesis we have. So we can perform operations with parenthesis, right? So for example, 10 divided by 5 into 4, right? So what it will do, it will first perform 5 multiply by 4, right? Then what will be the resultant? It will divide 10 by the resultant, right? So first operation is 10 divided by 4, then 10 divided by this resultant. So the answer should be 5 into 4, 20, and 10 divided by 20 means the resultant. So this will be giving you 0.5, right? Half. So this is parenthesis operation. Then we can perform square root. So here square root, for square root we have function sqrt, right? And we have it is showing you the syntax as well. Sqrt x means you need to provide here the number, right? For example, square root of 25, it should be 5. If I press Control Enter, then it will give you the resultant as 5. Now to calculate the exponential, we have exp as the function, and for example we have to find the exponential of 10. What should be the answer? 100. sorry, the answer is 22026, right? And this is the exponential. Then exponential of 0 is, it will give you the resultant of exponential 0 1. Then we can find out the logarithms also, right? So for example, basic operation log 1. So the log 1 will be 0. Then we have a log base 2 operations as well. So if I wanna find out 1 with log 1 with base 2, then we can execute it, which is also 0, right? This is now we have again here the parenthesis operations as well. For example, I need to find out the log 1 into 10, which is 0, because whatever number you will multiply by 0 will be 0. Now we have, let me find out log 10. This is 2.302, right? Now we have some other operation as let's say square root of 9, which will be divided by 10, and this resultant will be divided by 10. Or let me just remove it, right? Let me just remove this operation. I firstly I wanna have square root of 9, which will be divided by 10, right? Or let's say I wanna multiply it by 10. Now I want this resultant to be divided by 10, divided by 10. Now I will be calculating it. It will be 3, correct? Now if you are confused what parameters a function takes, then use this symbol, question mark symbol before any function. For example, we have learned exp function here, right? Or we have learned log function here or sqrt function here. You don't know how to use the parameters or arguments inside it, so we will be using this function without arguments, and we will be placing question mark before it. If I execute it, it will give me the guide here under the help of this R Studio. It will not give you the resultant here, but it will give you the guide here, and it will explain the usage of that function here, right? So this ABS and sqrt, correct? It is explaining this. Now if it is showing you some kind of abs function, then that is absolute, for absolute value. Now if I calculate abs of, for example, -10, then it will calculate the absolute value for you, which is +10, right? This is absolute. And if I try to calculate any absolute value of a positive number, it will be the same, positive, right? Now we will be covering next in the next tutorial. I have posted some questions into the quiz. Just try to answer those questions and check your knowledge there. Before moving forward, I want to explain one more thing here, right? So to display infinity, what it will show. For example, I just wanna divide it by any number by 0. It will be infinity, correct? So what symbol it will show? It will show INF for infinity, right? Now we will be coming back in the next tutorial, and just answer the questions in the quiz below and perform the questions to judge your knowledge.